Alright, tonight we're going to be fixing this snowman's hand. As you can see, he's had several breaks right here and had a hole here and a break up here. I've already welded all the cracks. I'm going to patch the hole. I'm going to try something new that I haven't done before. If I can get the camera to be still. Doesn't want to. What I did was take a piece of milk jug that was a little bit bigger than the hole and reached up inside of the snowman from the bottom and got a piece of packing tape and pressed it up against the hole and then taped it in place. It's so far up in there that I could barely reach it, but I don't know if you can tell or not, but it sits a little bit lower than the outside part of the plastic. So what I'm going to do is fill that in with some white scraps that I have just from different things. I'm going to melt this with my soldering iron and try and fill that hole in to where it's pretty close to even all the way across it. And that way, when it's lit up, we'll see how it should match the color of the part that's not broken better than if just left the milk jug on there, because the milk jug plastic is a lot clearer than the plastic from the blow bolts. So, like I said, I've never done this before. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I have filled a hole in it this way, but I didn't put a piece on the inside. It was a stake hole on the Santa Claus's foot. So I'm just going to start melting this plastic and kind of lightly pushing it into the hole. And we'll see how this turns out. However it turns out, it can't be any worse than having just a hole there. So, there's that. There is some black stuff on the plastic that I'm not sure how it will show up when it's lit up, but it's on his mitten, so worst case scenario, I can just paint the mittens, a different color, a darker color that'll cover that, either black or something, probably black, since the other hand is holding a green wreath. You don't want to have a green mitten holding a green uh, wreath. Just kind of melt it, push it in the hole, let it cool until the plastic turns white again. So when it's melting, the plastic gets clear. Just kind of smooth it out a little bit as we go. Let's see how much we get. Got a little bit more to go. Try and roll this guy over where I can see what I'm doing a little better. Just be careful not to burn the melted plastic, because you can turn it kind of brown if it gets too hot. It's not really brown, but it's kind of a tan color. It's real easy to do. Just keep touching it, touch it and lift it off, and gently push it down. Oh, I didn't say that after I taped that piece of milk jug in there, I put a bunch of epoxy around the edge for a little, give it a little reinforcement. Let me reach inside and I'm going to push that out a little bit. Kind of smooth it out a little. It's wanting to sink in. As you can see, it's kind of sinking in a little bit, not filling the whole hole up. So we'll just put a little bit more. Try to push it up again. While it's soft like that, it'll try running a little bit. So just keep that in mind. As you can see right in there, some of that dirt showed up. So I'll probably wind up painting the mittens. I'm just blowing on it to get it to cool off a little bit faster so I can see just how smooth it is. Don't touch the still clear part because it's still hot and it will burn you. And the melted plastic will stick to your skin, so you kind of get a double whammy. Needs just a little bit more right up in here. And I think we'll call it a day. One thing I'll say is if you try and do this, try and make sure that the scraps you're using are really clean. Take them and wash them if you have to, which I did not do. And it's also very likely that you're going to have to paint over it. But the thing is, if it's pretty smooth, once you paint over it, slight imperfection in the paint, but I don't know if you can see from the glare off the light, but it's pretty even. I'll wait till it cools all the way on its own, and then go back over it, make sure it stays smooth, because while it's soft, the plastic will move. It'd be nice if I could not bump the camera. I'm sure y'all would appreciate it. And just kind of smooth out the edges. And there we have it. I think it's a wrap for right now. The other one that I did that I filled a hole in a similar fashion was a hole about a half an inch wide. Somebody had put some really big stakes through the entire foot of the Santa Claus right on the front of it, and so I did this kind of the same thing I did here, which was put a piece of plastic on the inside and epoxied it because I could reach it better. This piece I could barely reach, and I epoxied it, let it sit overnight, and then came back and did the same thing. Got it smooth and then painted it black because it's right in the middle of the boot, and it looked pretty good. Not perfect, but it looked pretty good. And yeah, I think I'm gonna paint this guy, paint his mittens black. Oops, get off of there. Some broken runners from an old sleigh. There you can see him. You can see it's pretty level. I may go over it again and smooth it out just a hair, but it's pretty level, pretty smooth. And we'll see how he turns out. But I'll paint that mitten and that one black. Since I can't do red, since it's got all that other red, and can't do green because he's holding a green wreath, so I'll just do him black. He's also got a hole up here in the back of his hat that I'm going to have to patch. I'll do that tomorrow, maybe later tonight. This plastic up here is hard to weld because it is real thin. It's about the same thickness as a milk jug plastic, so I don't know how well it's going to weld, but we'll find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Click the like and subscribe if you did, and we'll see you on the next one.